My name's Kathryn MacPherson. We're here at Emory University, and I'm a graduate student in the Neuroscience program, and I study how peripheral inflammation affects the pathology of Alzheimer's disease. I'm from Bloomington, Indiana. It's a small college town. Lived there all my life, and I went to undergraduate at IU, Indiana University there as well. So my sister and I, we used to go down to the creek and we'd make believe all sorts of things. We were really into fairy stories when we were younger, but we'd do a lot of exploration of the creek and hiking and getting dirty and wet. And pretty much the best summer day is when you come back, you're drenched from your knees down and you're covered in mud and sticks and things like that. I really like investigating new things. I've always been into exploration and just discovering new things. And when I was in elementary school, we had a science fair, and my dad, who had worked in the sciences for a while, was like, "Okay, let's do this." And I'm like, "Sure, Dad, whatever, let's do this." And we started talking about different ideas. This is back when I was in 3rd grade, I remember this actually. And I had a lot of pets, and he had been into cognitive testing. And so I decided, I wonder if my pets can learn how to do a maze. So I built this maze for my pets, and we tried to get them to explore this maze. What I learned from that is the walls need to be really high because they will jump over it and go directly to the treat and just ruin all of your hard work. And from then on, I was basically into science. That was, I think, the first moment for me when I was like, oh, I love science. My grandmother had Parkinson's disease, and my husband's grandfather had Alzheimer's disease. So neurodegenerative diseases are close to me, and I understand when I speak with a patient or a caregiver what they're going through. So I find it's really meaningful then in my work that what I do, maybe not tomorrow or next week, but eventually could help improve the lives of someone affected by neurodegenerative disease. My favorite part about our lab is that it's so collaborative, that there's not one person that has a project where they are the only persons whose hands touch the science. Everyone is always helping everyone else. For example, a couple days ago, I had a really big project that had multiple steps, and there was no way I could possibly do it by myself. So I just sent out an email, and I was like, "Hey, George, can you help?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem," which is great. That's the way that our lab works, and I think that's the best way to do this new upcoming types of science that are more collaborative, interdisciplinary. You need to be able to have a lot of hands on the work at the same time. So there was something that I ran recently in a certain model where I was looking at how peripheral inflammation will affect inflammation in the brain. And what I found is that in this specific model, I found evidence supporting my hypothesis, which in science is always like a eureka moment, like, wow, I was right to a point, and that's really exciting. So something to consider about going into research is that every day is different. Every day is exciting. Something is always happening. There's not a lot. There's a little bit of the routine that can be a little boring, but most of it is every day you come and you're like, okay, I have this question. How am I going to answer it? You try something, you're like, well, maybe that wasn't quite right, and you tweak it. So there's a sense of development and personal growth along with discovering new things and aspects of science, which to me it keeps me going. It's just incredible to understand that each time you tweak an experiment or try it a different way, that you're discovering something new. Maybe you're discovering another way something doesn't work, but that's still information. It's still something you need to know to move forward.